we have. Even if you recently heard the news that the new line we have, it is kind of a mobile friendly, we can any kind of mass volume we can produce, and then we have that capability and thought process and process we are if you look at our certification also, we are a medical standard, we are also aerospace standard, and also we are automotive standard, and we are also telecom trusted partner also. So if you look at that way, so AIMTRON is a kind of a mini Jebel or mini, Foxconn or Plexus. That's what the growth we are going right now, like and that's what, and then that's what my son told me, Daddy, you made this runway, so why can't we make a mini Tata and Sons? I said, good, if you can do it, and I will support you. So that's what this journey is. So we have very good, that's a niche market of, agility, flexibility, and that's where we are ahead of the competition. But today I talked to Vinayji, we did a lot of presentations, so we don't want to do any presentation. Let's jump on to the question and answer, because that will, satisfy your requirement. As you looking for good companies and good promoter, we are also looking good partner like you, who can help us and who can support us this journey. That's what we are going forward. So and huge potential, electronics is way to go actually. Every single place you have to have electronics. So that's what we are for, and that's the journey we are moving forward. So let's open the question answer. I think Captify team.
Sure,
Yeah,
sir.
please.
We will do that. Okay. So before that, I would like to request all the participants who just want to have a question with the management, please raise up your hands, and otherwise, please put your questions on the chat box. So we'll take the first question from Dhiren. So you're unmute. You can go ahead with your question, sir.
Hi, am I audible?
Yes, sir, you're audible.
Yeah.
Yes.
Hi, Sneh. Hi, Mukesh. I just wanted a couple of questions. How are we progressing along with our defense sector and medical this thing engagements?
So I will take it up, Mukesh. So in defense, we already started engagement. So Navratna PSUs and PSUs, we have done the vendor registration, and vendor onboarding is also completed. And we already received one order from one of the Navratna PSUs. That is one part of from India. And we also encountered one global player. So again, that was almost 6 months it took for us. And certainly we have delivered the initial phase of the project, and down the line next year we are expecting something from them as well. That is the second encountering. And the third one is from one of the defense player. We did almost we are doing the complete box build assembly system integration. So we did almost 12 parts, 16 molds, and prototype is already done. Pilot batch is already completed, and expecting to roll over to what we stated, 10 million spread it over 2 years of time frame. That is something that is still in line.
Okay, thank you. And
So let me add a little bit to Dhirenji on this. So selecting a sector, we are very careful. Even defense is a good sector also. We also experience that political situation always change that. So our overall defense business in a percentage wise, in US also is 12 to 15%. We are an ITAR shop. We are also ITAR extended in India also. So some of the government defense, like a no foreign type of work, we can take it to India here to India. And if you look at the India side, our journey is only 9 months, because before that we are NRI promoter. So we never get a chance to get on defense. But in 9 months, we accomplished very good. And our goal is to have at least 15 to 20% business in defense minimum in India in the next year or two.
Another question is, what is the revenue potential of the new SMT line we installed in Vadodara?
So maybe I can add a little bit, and Sneh, you can answer the question later. What I miss. So normally in SMT industries, if you have a box build a one-stop shop kind of a situation, then you can get at least 100 crore minimum. And we are also expecting this new line can get at least 100 crore plus revenue, and that is our trajectory. And I think we are in that path.
Okay.
To add on to that, probably like currently we are running one shift. So 100 crore from one line is expectation from three shift as a thumb rule. So certainly we are eyeing at the next 2 years to add all three shift. So next 3 years of time frame with kind of a low capex or almost negligible capex, we can reach a turnaround of 450 to 500 as an revenue.
Okay. Fine. Thank you so much. That's all from my side.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Thanks, Dhiren sir. We'll take the next question from Nikhil sir. Nikhil sir, you unmute. You can go ahead with your question, sir.
Yeah, hi. So what I wanted to check is, can you throw some light on how are you seeing the current demand trends? Because a lot of Aimtron's business is exports to the US, and there is a lot of course, political uncertainty in the US right now, or business uncertainty rather in the US right now. So are you seeing any kind of slowdown in order flow and business from the US, or even in the current environment, we are looking at growing 40-50% as you had discussed?
Very good question, Nikhilji, and everybody is worried about this international global situation. But we are, out of 300 billion journey, we are very small piece of the pie, is that correct? And our customer base is very happy and very. Yesterday, I was with one of customer side, and they have a factory in Sauli and they have a factory in Sanand. And I was, and they said, Mukesh, however, I said, what is going to happen to here this situation? So no, don't think to worry. We calculated the risk, even though India has to pay, if the material comes to India, we have to pay tariff for 15-20%. We have inbuilt, so nothing to worry. You continue your business in India. So that's the relationship we build. So right now we do not see any issue for next 2 to 3 years, even though whatever the tariff situation comes against India or not. So, and US business is overall is slow. We will feel that, but I think made in USA, working with Canada and Mexico and bringing more business is going to be more flooded in America. So we need to get outlet to get to some work from India anyway. So I don't see any problem. Next 2 years I can see the open order books and visibility. We don't see any problem to get that 40-50% growth what we announced earlier.
Understood. So no postponement of orders or delays in orders by the US customers right now?
Normally we don't carry like a big size order that big, like a huge 100 crore, 200 crore, 500 crore, and then post pull in pull out. Our order book is more 9 month to 12-month order book. So, and we estimated and projected with the customers every 3 months, actually our weekly meeting with customers, and we update our orders status. So at this point, if you see, maybe I'm not saying 100% no postponement, but I see maybe 4 to 5% maybe plus minus, but I don't see as a kind of a 30% slowdown or 40% slowdown. I don't see that in our book, at least AIMTRON, because AIMTRON has the best benefit of US and India. So
India,
currently
right.
we are growing in India business too. So that's what we have benefit for both.
Perfect. And just one last question is that our sales are, say, roughly what I understand is 100 crores kind of a number, consolidated sales today. So where do you see that under the listed entity? Where do you see that number going, say, 3 years down the line? So if you look at the next 3 year trajectory, where can this 100 crore as a management business plan really go to?
I think whatever we said, we are in the same path. Last time we said 40 to 50% growth. We are in the same path. The forward looking, we haven't announced on SEBI, so we cannot give more direct answer. But we are in the same path. What we discuss, 40 to 50% growth trajectory, and we are seeing more additional business. We talk about that we created now fully owned subsidiary in Texas. And the good news is we got the first order, and in this year itself, we can at least get some benefit, at least, not too big, but prasad, जैसे बोलते हैं ना, first order about, it's a good thing that way we have that choice for customers. not to go through transfer pricing and under AIMTRON Corporation umbrella. They go directly to AIMTRON
Right.
Electronics Limited, Texas, and go through direct.
So Mukesh, but that process has started now, like the transfer of business, so to say, getting into the listed entity from the AIMTRON Electronics portfolio.
I think yes, we have shared that information also, and that is the reason we created AIMTRON Electronics Limited subsidiary over here. That's the process, Nikhilji. That's our end goal. Is that correct? So it's not going to be overnight solution, but when customers order exhaust, we try to convince that hey, you have to have a US or you can take it from India. So if they agree, we definitely force them to go to India because that's where we get more benefit, is that correct? More easy resources, more profit benefit, and we all get to share the benefits. So that's why.
Perfect.
Thank you,
Great. Thank you
Nikhilji.
so much. Thank you.
Thanks, Nikhil sir. So we will take the next question from Darshil sir. So you unmute, you can go ahead with your question, sir.
Hello, hello. Good evening, sir. Hope I'm audible. Hello.
Yes, you
So,
are.
Yeah. Hi, sir. So, sir, it's great to hear your clarity, and just wanted to ask, sir. So, our order book at as of date, what would it stand at, sir?
See, right now, last time we gave order book around 100, 135. That's what we announced that last update. Directly, we haven't updated on the SEBI, so we cannot give you exact number, but I can give you some clue that normally in EMS business, whatever the run rate of the business, let's say we are 40 to 50% CAGR, so you can calculate that, on that 135 plus, for that CAGR, and add 20% on top. That is the normal order book in EMS industries. Let's see, a company XYZ has a 300 crore goal, the order book will be at least 330 to 360 crore. So that's what we are in the same path.
Oh, okay, fair enough, sir. And so just wanted to know, like, so the 40% growth that we are seeing, sir, that's an aggressive target. So just wanted to know, like, how has H2 been? Like, we will be able to reach the guidance for current year and next year. Do we see any challenges? Because, that's why I wanted to know about the order book. So orders are inflowing. Are we facing some problems? So how H2 been and how do you see FY26 going, sir?
Very good, long question. Let's get the Sneha on this.
So challenges are always part of it, but to whatever we have committed, we are on the verge of delivering that. Even in fact, ordered book for what trajectory growth we are eyeing at for next year, we are in line for that as well. So I think time will speak more because numbers we cannot reveal now because we are yet to release all this information to SEBI first and then but in short, I think to what trajectory growth we are eyeing at, we are in line for this year as well as to what open order book we have. I think to next year's trajectory also we are in line as on today.
Oh,
So to
that
add
yeah.
to Dasilji, to add to Sneh is, we see this company still is small, is that correct? So right now, 40-50% is very easy to accomplish, let's put that way. Because we are small. When we go at certain level, then 40-50% is kind of an aggressive growth. Right now, I don't see as an aggressive growth. This should be a normal growth. We should have at least more than 50%. I think that's what I feel, and that's what our sales team feels that. Because we are still starting like little 100 crore journey, is that correct? So that's why. But good question though.
Okay.
And we have
just
2 years pipeline, 2 years, process pipeline also, 2 to 3 years that, what called sales funnel is ready also. So it's not like only order book, but we have activities and quotations, activities in RFQs that onboarding new customers everything is going on. So adding more salespeople, adding more C-level and director level people. So those are the process going on because just we just born, let's put that way, and then now all the activities started.
Okay, great.
Darshilji, on a lighter note, you are going to add more pressure on sales after this call, it seems.
I hope so. As an investor, that would be the best thing we could do. Yeah. So just like last two questions from my end, sir. One of it is like, so our margins have remained quite stable. So in our type of business, this 25% margin is what we can expect, or with higher growth, there'll be leverage, or we'll be investing the extra margin somewhere else. So just wanted to know that, sir.
Sneh, you want to take it or I take it?
I
Easy paper
think
or hard paper?
so, Darshanji, like probably like if you see like 40-50% CAGR and to growth story we are eyeing at, definitely I think we are eyeing at now scalability. So that is something definitely like, but in that way we are trying to manage the way out. Because as of now, if you see, around about 25% is a box build and 75% is a PCBA. Overall, in generic, I'm talking about. So might be the case slowly and gradually, like we are eyeing the more on a box build as well, focusing on that front where like revenue as well as bottom line is sustained. So probably there can be a minor dent, like say 100 basis point, like 1 or 2% here and there, but there won't be any major change. Say just an example, like 10% pad to say a single digit or something of that kind. So that won't be the scenario with Amtron, because that is what like our business model has been, and we'll be sticking with that our business model for sure.
Oh, oh,
So to add a little bit to this, we have also a design business too. Please don't forget that also. And it has when design margin is higher, but not only design margin, whatever product resulting to design business has a margin is a little higher. Because we are the first innovator for that. Is that correct? We are first selecting the parts, selecting the components, selecting the design for them. So that is the also another thing. Second thing is a shift. We have only right now we are making this margin at one shift. So we have two idle shifts sitting there, and capex is zero for that. We are using right now, utilizing. I hope you can make it up that. So when you use the second shift, our first shift, let's say 5% overhead, we can lower the cost towards other customer. Let's say telecom might not have 20% margin, but we also looking and focusing US based telecom company. So that's where, or maybe international telecom company or international MNC. So that's where we get that margin and markups. Yes, as Sneh said, it won't be a drastic change. Yes, we will see maybe 2 to 3%, maybe, when you scalable second shift and third shift until all three shift is over, then might be take any business will have a more effect. But until 500 CR, I don't see the uh, the the this scalability hurt the margin.
oh, okay, okay. That's great to hear. So just like one last clarifying thing. So we are saying that currently the SMT line on a single shift we can do 100 crores, and that also we've not utilized completely. So we can go for two more shifts, right? Like so we
Correct,
can existing capacity we can do around 500 CR easily, right? That
correct,
yeah,
correct.
okay, okay. That's so great to hear, sir. Thank you so much for answering all my questions. All the best, sir. Thank you.
Thank you.
Sir,
Appreciate.
yes, sir. So we will take the next question from Somil Jain. So you're unmute. You can go ahead with your question, sir.
Hi, thank you for the opportunity, sir. Just wanted to understand, you mentioned that you don't expect more than 150 basis point dent to your margins as you scale up from here. But if I were to just drill down a little more on that, growing at 40-50% from here on would require you to probably take more high volume contracts, and the typical EMS industry trade-off where one has to trade off margins for volume. Would you expect that to play out as well? Or I mean, or are you going to incrementally also focus on high value products only, and you don't expect yourself to uh, move towards high volume products?
So scalability is the way to go. For any business, we have to scale. We have to scale up. So we have to do it for sure. Now, doing scalability, how you maintain the profitability, that's the art. And that's the creativity Aimtron brings because of Aimtron's existence in other world. Because of we are not in the same mindset, okay, this is the only way we can look at it. We can look at it open-minded. Just I always give an example, Mercedes. Mercedes in India, they never lower the price. Mercedes is Mercedes, correct? So Mercedes still selling and people using. So it's our model is, and this is a kind of comes in the genes also, is that correct? So whatever your mindset is mindset. So that's the Aimtron's mindset is find the business, get the two more people and go and look at that example I gave you, Honeywell example, is that correct? Don't go to tail end, go to front end. Go to the engine compartment and find those business versus go to tail end and get the wings. So that is something, a theory we have. And we are confident at this point. And there is a tons of business, correct? Overall the world, maybe trillions of dollars worth of electronics business. And there is a, let's say one drone company we are talking right now. They need 5,000 drones for military. It's a scalability, is it correct? For a month, 5,000 drones for military is it's $25 million worth of contract. We haven't even told anybody because we don't have a signed copy. So we don't verbally even add to our list also. So those kind of things we can find and make sure, Samalji, that we keep up whatever requirement for our business and margin and markup, I believe.
All right. Okay. And secondly, there was some chatter around merging one of your sister companies based out of the US. Is my understanding correct? And if yes, any timelines and what is the size of the company in terms of revenue and PAT?
I think I think that also answer lies in investor community, is that correct? I'm in a currently in SME platform. I have only 25 crore of the paid up capital limitation, so I cannot merge right now. Other companies is bigger than this. This is business is only 20-30%. Other business is 70% in other subsidiaries. But yes, we said also in previously, and we are in that path that before I retired, maybe next 10 to 10, 15 years, I'm not sure how much I can, and it's God's wish also. But, I would like to put it under one umbrella, so my son Nirmal can manage everything, that is our end goal though. Maybe right now, maybe main board, maybe, we don't know yet. So I don't want to give you a fake statement. But yes, we are in a process of bringing more business to India because that's where we are seeing more benefit, rewards because of the resources available, because of the talents available. So that's we are seeing, and that's the reason we created AIMTRON Electronics Limited in LLC in Texas. So either we're gonna bring some more business to there, or either that company will acquire the company or merge the company. That is the end goal.
Okay, you mentioned that the India business is about 20-30% and the other sister companies in the US are 2x the size of the India listed company, correct?
Correct.
Okay. And no immediate term plans to merge these companies.
You have some ways? I love to do it tomorrow.
Uh,
Please guide me. I don't mind, but right now, limitation is SME platform, is that correct? So
Understood.
that's
Okay.
that.
Okay. Got it. Thank you, sir.
And most welcome to have a suggestion. This is not a question answer. This is kind of a joint venture with you and us, is correct? So it's we all gonna get benefits. So if you have some suggestions, please let me know.
Sure, sir. Thank you.
Thanks, Somal sir. So we'll take the next question from Shubham sir. Before that, I just want to request all the participants, please restrict your questions. I mean, maximum two, because we have the time restrict of that thing. So Shubham sir, you are on mute. You can go with the question, sir.
Oh, hello, sir. Am I audible?
Yes, sir, you're audible.
Yes.
Yeah, my first question is, so I think last year in March 2024, India placed anti-dumping duties for the import of PCBs. So I just wanted to ask that, have we like seen any material positive impact on our India business from this?
Sneh.
So that was more on a bare PCB side. And so we are not impacted with that. So bare PCB is a different industry. And just an example, like say you get it from out of India with even anti-dumping duty, you may still get a better quality and a better price on that front. So there ain't anything on our business for impact because of that anti-dumping duty. But those who are in bare PCB industry definitely have some of the other stuff related to that.
Okay, all right, got
So
it.
again, adding to Subhamji, so PC board, printed circuit board is a more environmental, more, that's a different process, whole different process. We are a PC board assembly and design company. So we do not see that much. And also adding to Sneh, When you look at whole bill of material, let's see whole product. This is whole product, whole phone. The PC board on this one is maybe less than 5%, or maybe even 3%. Let's say phone is $100, the PC board is only $3. And 5% on $3 is only 15 cents. So it won't hurt that for us. But whoever selling the bare PC board, they'll directly hurt.
Okay, so got it. Just last question. So I think you've guided like around 40-50% growth and also margins somewhat sustainable. So just wanted to ask, like, keeping this target in your mind, do you still see any challenges which, could let us not achieve this target? So like, are there any challenges present, like maybe in the US business or other business? So anything you have in mind?
We don't see in near future because the current pipeline, current sales funnel, current onboarding, customer onboarding, we don't see unless tsunami happens, unless another third world war happens. So that's beyond our control, beyond anybody's control, like COVID happened. But I don't see in a normal situation, even the situation like this tariff, we don't see that is ultimately is going to spread. Is that correct? Even tariff going to cost a little bit extra, but it will spread to everybody, and then everybody, ultimately get, employment, payroll going to be increased, and they will pay more, and they will pay. Ultimately, I don't see that problem. Also, it's kind of a media and political stunt right now. But adding 25% tariff or 5% anti-dumping or 10% anti-dumping, it won't hurt, when you have 7 billion people in the world. So considering that business 1 trillion, maybe AIMTRON business maybe 100 million, it doesn't make any impact that much. So I don't see that much difference unless um, a major pandemic.
Okay, got it. Yeah, that's from my side. Thank you.
Appreciate.
Thank you, sir. So we'll take the next question from Nilesh Jain. Sir, you unmute. You can go ahead with your question.
Hi, am I audible?
Yes, sir, you're audible, sir.
Hi, sir. So I had question on working capital side. Firstly on the India business. So currently we have almost around 50% of our working capital, of the revenue being invested. And competitors have in the range of 25 to 30% of their working capital, as a percentage of revenue. So how do you plan to, improve on the working capital side? Or given because we are focusing on high volume, higher margin business, working capital would be higher for us.
Bhai, last name is Shah, is that correct? I'll give it to you.
So, Nilesh, great question. But that is how we manage is we have a payment terms accommodated with customers accordingly. So I'm giving you just a brief example of, so anything in tooling, customer pay in advance, or anything is there in terms of bill of material, so they pay partially and all that stuff. Even with our suppliers and distributors or direct to manufacturers, we have a similar kind of payment terms. So we don't think that will be a bigger challenge as of now. Might be a case that few things here and there might be there, but I don't think so that something as a big challenge that is something that is not manageable or that will impact the growth story.
So current balance we have, we still have a current cash sitting in our bank also, around 40-50 crore. And also, let me tell you the secret of this business. If you have a nice margin in the business and you have a same growth pattern, you don't need any money outside infusion, honestly, and you have a good customer base. Let's see, my customer paying in 30 days, and mostly our customer 30 to 60 days. Some customer we have some maybe here and there some receiving, but normally my 30 years experience, we have those customer base, so they pay in time. When you have a cash flow stretch, when customer doesn't pick up the material, they don't pay on time, and then you have a new thing going on. So that's where that's going to be. So we need to well maintain that whole sync. You need to make sure the customer pay on time, which make sure the customer is right, make sure the product is right planned. So make sure you bring the material in. But yes, you are correct. 30% is normal in this business because inventory days cycle is only 2 to 3. Maybe 2 cycle to 3 cycle. And some open blanket order we have is maybe 1 year. Some contract we have maybe 5 years. So that is required. But I don't see any problem in past 30. I didn't see any problem in past 30 years, and I don't see upcoming that issue also. So cash flow will not be that stretch. And also, our infrastructure is kind of a paid infrastructure, correct? The DMart concept. We don't have to worry about land and building and everything. So everything is our own, machines, and so we don't have to worry any debt. It's got zero debt right now.
Okay, okay, thank you. My second question is, you mentioned that your new SMT line is mobile friendly. So do you see yourself entering that line? Because usually we see margins over there, very low single digits. So just to get an idea if you are planning to enter there.
We don't have a big plan right now, but we can take, a a design level of mobile friendly business, or we can take a test level of mobile friendly business. So we find the niche of that. We don't want to go and main, like say, 1 million piece a month, but we go the test fixture for that, or a PC board assembly for the test fixture. They're only 20,000 or 25,000. It's not a million. So for those kind of niche we are finding, but we need to get ready for that also. The line we have is kind of a telecom friendly. That means it is mobile, is that correct? To communication. So yes, we have a communication friendly line because we are seeing some business, 1 million piece a year, like a router business, and those we are seeing, and those pipeline we have customer already engaged with us. So we need to have that line for those customers. So.
Right. But just last question is, for the new SMT line which you've added, like Sneh mentioned, because if we do completely box build, then we see, to reach 100 crores on that. But what would be an average asset turn, for your business, for the new capex which you have done and for the base base, uh, machinery which you all
So
have?
it's a very, very good question, but very tricky question, Alishi. This business has so many variables. If you build a medical product, SMT portion is only maybe 1/3 or 1/4, and then after what you add on top, that will count as. So, and also varieties of line also. Machines like Fuji is different and Chinese made is different, is that correct? So there is output is also of the machine is different too. But on an average, I can give you thumb rule. If you count as a one shift 30 crore, you can count per year per shift. So if you running only one shift, maybe 20 to 30 crore per line, you can get it. So for AIMTRON's current processes, customers, product, all mix we can see at least one shift we can get 30 crores per line. So 150 crore we are getting per line right now, and we don't have a second or third shift, but that's where we are set up for next 3 years. So we don't need any capex for next 3 years.
Okay. Thank you so much, and I wish you all the best.
Thank you, Nilesh. You're lucky you got one bonus question.
We'll move to the next, Ankur Agarwal, sir. So you're on mute, or you can go ahead with your question, sir.
Hi, Mukesh sir. So actually, I find it fascinating that you went
Ankur,
to.
sir, can you be a little louder? You're not clearly audible.
Am I audible now?
Yeah, it's fine now. Yeah.
Yeah. So I wanted to, tell Mukesh sir that actually I find it very fascinating that from running a successful civil contracting company to an EEMS company. So I actually want to know, sir, like
It's a contractor, is it correct? I was a house contractor. Now I'm a telephone contractor. That's it. It's a contractor.
But sir, I actually find it fascinating, and I just want to learn from for myself, like how did you acquire such a steep skill set and technical know-how in electronic manufacturing? I would
I
just
think
love to know.
it's
Yeah.
I think it's a परिस्थिति, is it correct? हिंदी में परिस्थिति बोलते हैं, it's a situation, is it correct? COVID made everybody learn a lot of things, is it correct? So when I was in college, I was eating a lunch with sharing the tiffin with two people, and we had two more directly, and we share like two people and one tiffin. So it's all situational. So when you have a situation will push you. Now, how much courage you have, how much you go beyond your capability and think out of box, that will give you a new way, a new changes. Speed is all within. It's not like I can tell you, or I can show you, or I can teach you, or I can share you. So maybe one day we can meet one-on-one, Agrawalji, and we can talk a little bit more in depth. But I don't want to pick up everybody's time. But yes, uh, from civil engineering, when I came to US. It was kind of a more saturated in construction side, so it forced me to go to electronics, and I went to DeVry and studied everything. And again, my entrepreneurship wake up and say, let's start partnership. Don't work for anybody, and that's where we made it successful.
Uh, Definitely, sir. I'll definitely connect with you, and I would like to meet you. And sir, my sir, second question is that in last con call, you told that you have a personal aspiration of reaching 3,000 CR in revenue, either organically or inorganically. So, sir, I want to know if the aspiration is still the same, and how do we want to go about that?
आप कहाँ से वो बादाम लाते हैं? मुझे भी थोड़ी दीजिए तो मेरी मेमोरी शार्प हो जाए. No, no,
Sir,
no,
you
good.
too. Yeah.
Good. No, no. ये जो what's your thought is 3,000 crore journey is easily achievable. If you look at that overall business we have is you know 30% India business, 70% business here. The number we never gave to SEBI for overall, so right now I cannot give you everything. But if you, as a group, if you run 30%, we are 3,000 crore. Is that correct? But only thing is how we can combine everything. That's the question previously came. I think Nikhilji or somebody asked that question. So we have to make sure. I think wait and watch is the scenario. But M&A, organically, inorganically, our goal is to go there. Time might be a couple more years, plus or minus, but yes, that's a journey we would like to go for it. And it's doable journey.
Got it, Mukesh sir. Thank you so much.
Appreciate.
Thanks, Ankur sir. Mukesh, sir, we will take couple of questions from the chat box.
Yep.
Okay.
I have to also 5 more minutes. I have to leave also for another meeting, but
Sure,
go
sir.
ahead. Yeah.
Sure, sir. We will wind up soon. Are we on target of reaching our revenue guidance of 140 and 200 CR by FY25 or 26?
Again, this is a salesperson's question, so I would like to stay away. I'm gonna hand over to Sneh.
Yes, sir.
I think we already have stated 40-50% CAGR, and as on today, yes, we are in line for FY25 and 26 both.
Okay. So Mitesh Vora sir is asking, what is the growth rate AIMTRON is looking for over next 3 years, and what is the margin is maintainable at both EBITDA and next level? Will the current margin profile be maintained?
Very good question. Sneh bhai.
I think growth rate, I think it's more of a repetitive, growth story we already have stated that will be over 3 to 5 years, and margins also, yes, some dent of a couple of percentage, 1 or 2, 3 max here and there, but that is something that is still sustainable.
Okay. So Shreyas sir is asking, how will you tackle competition with big players in PCBA? Could you throw some light on 25,000 CR electronic component scheme that Ministry of Finance has passed?
PLI probably they have not yet confirmed. They are supposed to release next month. That is what the expectation is. We have an eye on that. Once we have official regulations, certainly post that will start some activity, and post that will have more clarity on that front. But yes, we already have eyes on that. So, but once regulation comes up, then it is something we would be able to help you out with precise answer on that. And competition with big players, I think 300 billion pie, everyone has their own pie. And to what Mukesh stated, example of Honeywell, front end and tail end, that is where front end in is something that is what we eye on. So that is where like our competition gets somewhat a bit nullified with design as an add-on factor to that.
Okay, sir. Can you elaborate on expansion plans of the company, if any plans are there?
We
Expansion.
got some funds. Yeah, we got some funds from IPO. So we just kept aside and we are looking right opportunity, either organic expansion or inorganic expansion. As soon as we have something in hand, we'll rush to SEBI and you all to share this excitement.
How many lines does the company run currently, and what is the potential turnover that can be achieved from full capacity utilization?
So
Thank you for the
currently,
repetition of the question. We already said that multiple times that each line can go up to 90 to 100 crore. So next 3 years, up to 500 crores, we don't need to worry about additional capex unless minor here and there tools.
Sir, can you provide the update about the drone orders?
So proto and pilot batch is done, and I think we already gave first half of the year that we're expecting 10 million spread it over 2 years of time frame. So I think we are in line with that.
So just last question we will take Prasenjit from Prasenjit, sir. Prasenjit, sir, you're unmuted. You can go ahead with the last question, sir.
Yeah, thank you for the opportunity. As I understood, we have one business unlisted entity in US, another business listed entity in India. Now, multiple times you have shared that the aspiration is to move new business to the listed entity. So I can understand there are some cost advantage in India, but from promoter's point of view, what's the advantage to bring business into the listed entity? Because if more and more business goes to unlisted entity, you are not answerable to anyone. You can use the fund anywhere you want. So from promoter's point of view, what's your incentive to bring more business into the listed entity to India?
So हमें कुछ गड़बड़ी करनी ही नहीं है तो क्या फर्क पड़ता है प्राइवेट बिजनेस में, बराबर है. Anyway, answering you different angle. So answerable or non-answerable is not a question. We would love to be unanswerable, and that is the growth. When you are not answerable, then you can hide a lot of things and you can do a lot of things, but there is no growth. So that's for sure, and that we love and learn. So now question about why India, Indian talents, we are Indian. Ultimately our home country is India, and we feel that also by living in this country also, and the current situation you can see also. So it's way to go, and it was a dream also when we started, and do something, do good, make money, come back and do good for the community, and that's why we started AIMTRON Foundation also, and there is a lot of things we can share later. So coming back to yes, we can see sometimes more benefit, but when you compare the bottom line, the resources cost over here, an engineer cost here is 150,000. The same engineer cost over there is 25,000. And a labor cost over here is $30 an hour, especially in Chicago. And over there is maybe a $3 a day. So I'm just putting together an equation. It's better to reward as a businessman also. As a businessman, I can see the better, is it correct? So that's a business. Otherwise, I'm not a businessman now. So as a businessman also, I can weigh both scale, and I see that India has more opportunity, more values, more a rewards. So that's what we are seeing, and that's the reason we are also trying to explain our customers, hey, if you don't have any problem, we are guaranteeing here in from Texas, but we would love to take this production to India, so you will get the same quality and same price, even better price also, so we can share the better price for customer too, so customer can sell more. So that's where we right now focusing currently, Prasenjit.
So the last question, a quick last question. So from your existing order book, how much approx idea, like how much towards US customers and how much you are serving to Indian customers, and the percentage towards US customers, any challenge due to the Trump tariff and all, that you have any mandate? Okay, so you need to shift to that business to US itself.
So second question I answer, and first question Sneh will answer, is correct? So because of the Trump or because of the tariff situation, we don't see a near future, as I answered before also. Next 2 years, we have a proper pipeline, proper sales funnel, proper order book and everything. So I don't see unless any other tsunami happens. And the first question goes to Sneh.
I would say rather in place of US, I would reframe that as an export orders. So certainly, like if I say till first half of the year, it was almost say 50-60% is export and 40-45% is local. And down the line, we are expecting somewhat the same trend line. But yes, we are going now more on focusing on international Indian customers in the sense like I'm just giving layman language example, say ABB or L&T or somewhat of that kind. We who have a presence in India, but they have a global presence across the world. So where like towards scalability, toward growth, and to what margins we are expecting, so we can be in line with that.
Okay, thank you. Thanks a lot for answering the questions and wishing you all the best.
Once again, thank you everyone. I got a drop here, but really appreciate your time. And it was a good questions. I think if we can focus a few things, American quality, Indian talent, on Indian soil, no one can beat AIMTRON, let's put that way. Because the way and vision we have is a little different than other competition. And even if I open a branch in Pune, it will be American company or American quality based company. If somebody from Pune open a branch in Chicago, still will look at Indian company. So that's the benefit and differentiation you can see. With that said, I would like to thank you again, appreciate your time, and see you next time.
So much, Mukesh sir. Thank you so much, Sneha sir. Thank you to all the participants for participating in the AIMTRON conference. Thank you so much for your participation. Thank you, Mukesh sir. Thank you, Sneha sir.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you so much, all the participants.
Recording stopped.